Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the actionsoftrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. And staggering snow totals here, just absolutely insane. Where I live, where I think last I saw was like 14, 15 inches. That was like 3-4 hours ago. Just absolutely insane. I shoveled a little bit just to get my son's truck out of the driveway so my landscaper could come and plow me out later. That's what she said. But all jokes aside, I saw some insane totals. Rhode Island, someplace at 32 inches. So just hopefully everybody's safe. And this is the last bit of snow that we get this year that's meaningful. And man, spring can't come fast enough. That's all for sure. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, spending a couple of minutes with us. All I ask is kindly take that moment out, click that like button, subscribe, share if you haven't done so already. And hopefully, again, I will do the best I can to point you in the right direction. So, again, aggressive snapbacks within this 50-day below scenario that we've been in. We've been discussing this in nausea. Every rally is deemed to be a dead cat bounce until we reclaim back the 50-day moving average. Again, over the weekend, you had AI fears, you had tariff uncertainty, you have Iran uncertainty, you have gold surging today, right? You have a lot of recipe for a very unsettling market. And if you look at the final totals, pretty aggressive. Dow down 820 points or 1.6%, S&P down 1%, and the NASDAQ, kind of rallied off the bottom, but still down over 1% for the day. You have anything to do with AI and its software, cybersecurity, just getting absolutely murdered. You have names like Snow. We talked about it over the weekend update. And we'll get to the pivots in a second. Snow absolutely murdered. CrowdStrike, literally anything to do with AI, anything to do with cybersecurity. Again, if you haven't heard, whether it's real or not, Iran is, forcing the hand, or maybe some hackers are forcing the hand. If the United States doesn't back off, they're going to release some tapes of this and that and the third. So everything is getting absolutely just assaulted. That's the best way I can say it. Software names just absolutely destroyed. Oracle continues to see no bottom. Microsoft just dead. I mean, just absolutely dead. And this is kind of how we've been playing out. And I saw somebody tweet this out, and this was some really staggering news. So the S&P, just to give you an idea of the difference between the stock market and a market of stocks. So the S&P is only 2% off all-time high. So you're trying to say, well, it's not that bad. And then you start looking at some of these software cybersecurity names. It's staggering. Microsoft, this is below their all-time high. So Microsoft is 30% below. Synopsys, 36% below. PAMW, Palo Alto, 36%. Crowd, 38%. PLTR, that was the darling of all darlings, down nearly 40%. APP down 50%. Salesforce, 52%. Let me go through every single one. And Adobe rounds out the list, got hit the biggest out of all these cybersecurity / software names, down 65% off their high. So you're getting a really aggressive sell continuous market. It is being taken advantage by traders. If you are an investor, again, I've been saying this, many times. There's nothing really you can do. You're an investor, right? Again, if you're a trader, there's some really good opportunities on a day-to-day basis to the downside. But if you are a trader, again, remember, time is on your side. History is on your side. Eventually, you will be proved right, deemed correct, because that's what history for the last 2,000 years, and obviously exaggerating, the stock market has been in existence, has really showed us. So hang in there, you'll be okay. But if you are a trader, market's good. Market's actually been a very, very good potential every single day. Not only do these cybersecurity software names got killed, you got, credit card companies. Man, look what's been going on. MasterCard, murdered, right? Murdered. Visa, murdered. I mean, so you're getting this everywhere, right? You're getting this literally everywhere. The only stock that held up, it actually gave us a trade today. You guys remember we talked about on the weekend update, Apple, right? Let's watch Apple, let's watch Apple, let's watch Apple, let's watch Apple. Apple actually gave us a move, man, that it, that 50-day play was pretty aggressive. Ultimately, it reclaimed back 67. I traded off the opening range, took some cash flow, and then the market absolutely imploded. I sold the rest. I sold the rest break even. But the point is, Apple just broke out at the wrong day. That's the best way of saying. If this was a day that we had a dead cat bounce, so the Nasdaq was green, Apple would have been up 10 today. But the problem is, again, I've always said this all the time. If you're a brand new trader, if you're an experienced trader, it's different. If you're a brand new trader, it's not the one that stands out, right? Like Apple today stood out the whole day. It's that literally 10,000 stocks that didn't. That's exactly where you have to focus primarily your attention. But, again, going into tomorrow, I'm going to give you guys some levels here to really watch here. So if you guys can see, again, I like attacking areas that have multiple days worth of price discovery and price defense. If you can see here, the last couple of days here, right? The NASDAQ 100, the QQQs have been kind of holding on to the 64 EMA. Guys, you see the low, today's low? Today's low is 599. You saw what Friday's low is, 599. Guys, watch 599, right? It's $2. It's $2 away from the closing price. Guys, watch 599. If the bulls give up this 599 on the Qs, we should test last week's lows of roughly 593. That's going to correlate with the 150-day moving average. So definitely keep an eye on QQQs. Look, I don't even know if these software names are done going down. But guys, look at Snow, man. Look at Snow. We are close to taking down this whole February range. Look at PLTR. Again, I don't know if these things are done going down, but look at PLTR. The February lows is still right there. Tesla, right? Tesla gave us a really nice trade today. It took a little bit of time to play out. There was a reload buyer there. There was a reload buyer there around the 404 area, literally the whole morning. They finally gave it up again. We talked about Tesla on the weekend update, potentially losing the 150-day moving average. My lowest cover is like 497 and change. Stock got really, really hit. Again, the big news coming out of Tesla is they're coming for the 390 weeklies. And they're coming for January, February, March, right? They're coming for the March 365 puts. You got to keep an eye on Tesla for the next couple of days. If we start losing today's channel, we're going to start testing the February lows. We lose the February lows, and this thing closes below 288, man. This is going to be a problem. If you are a short-term investor, maybe long-term investor is a little bit of a stretch, but a short-term investor on the stock. So you're getting a lot of really beat-up names. You're getting a lot of beat-up charts. Again, if you look at today's pivots, again, here is Apple. I got long off this initial move. Begrudgingly. We were laughing about it in the webinar just because everything was getting killed. So I was like, all right, we got to do it. It's a 50-day reclaim. So we got long the stock. It gave us that first push. And then I was like, listen, we got to use break even as a stop. But we had to because Apple actually at some point went red on the day. It gave up like $4 and then just kind of rallied back. But, again, this thing just broke out of the wrong day. But again, it did give us some cash flow in the morning, which was fine. Snow got annihilated. I mean, is that the best way to say it? 171 and 160, the pre-market lows. Snow came in so aggressively with this whole software and AI, man. It came in and tested the February lows. This thing starts taking down today's channel tomorrow. There's going to be more downside. This thing got, lost like 14 points right off the word go. Tesla was definitely the move of the day, at least for me. Tesla 404 short. So I initially shorted Tesla off that 404, and we started seeing reload buyer, like literally every dollar down. So I took down like maybe a little less than half, down $1.50, because you just see that reload buyer there. Rest I got breaking even. I think all of us got exactly the same thing. It actually rallied back a couple of bucks and then just sat there 404. And the question was, were they going to finally clean up that buyer? And I've been saying this for years, man. It's a lot. When people think about hedge fund, they're like, oh my God, he works at a hedge fund. Guys, hedge fund traders, a lot of them, man. It's just a lot of, just speaking from experience, it's a lot easier to raise money than it is to manage money. And there's a lot of people should not be managing money. And, there was a buyer there for no apparent reason, building on the previous day's low, previous channel low. And this dude bought, I don't know how many shares this guy bought. We were joking around. He must have bought a couple 100,000 shares, somewhere between 402 and 404. And this thing just got yoked, absolutely yoked. He kept on sitting there for 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, literally for like 4 hours. And finally, he got cleaned up by reshorting below 402. My lowest cover was in 397s. But good move, really good move. I'm still watching this thing for more downside in the next couple of days, right? Next couple of days. NVIDIA, I wasn't able to catch NVIDIA. If you guys were, great job. 194 rejected twice, and the pre-market highs of 191. You know, I didn't get any. It was too fast for me. Traded almost to like 194 in the first like 15 minutes of the day. If you caught it, great job. I missed it, but hell of a move on that. And PLTR, right? PLTR again, going in this whole AI thing, AI theme. 131 held twice. Short, stock traded down to 127. Now you got the February lows on deck. So again, you got a very aggressive market here. Tomorrow you got Trump State of the Union. I personally think they were going to get some sort of political deal done with Iran. If you guys saw, they already made a little bit of concessions, let Iran kind of keep their nuclear enrichment program going. So again, nobody wants casualties, unnecessary casualties. Nobody wants a war. Nobody wants conflict. It's just not good, man. It's not good. It's not good for mankind. It's not good for the market. It's not good for anything. Just can't we get along, right? Can't we get along? Easier said than done. But I do believe some sort of compromise is going to happen by the State of the Union tomorrow, possibly. So let's see what happens there. Other than that, Trump is saying, you know, they better do what they better do, or there's going to be a problem. Yeah, it's easier said than done, man. Again, nobody wants problems, especially if innocent victims have nothing to do with anything. So market continues to be volatile. Markets continues to bleed. The groups continue to die. I mean, that's the best way of saying it. Again, if you're an investor in this market, guys, you need the keys to get back above 618 on the close. That is your green light to put risk back on. Until that happens, you're going to see a lot more days like this than you are outlier snapback days. The outlier snapback days keep on getting rejected into supply. And even on those days, you see 70, 80% of stocks not participating, continue to make more lows. Even IBM got caught, right? Even IBM got caught in this whole AI thing. Man, it's just bad. It's just absolutely bad action. They're shooting first, asking questions later, and they keep on rinsing and repeating what's going on. So let me give you guys some ideas for tomorrow if we continue to get more selling. Again, 599, the intermediate line in the sand. I'm watching Amazon. Okay, Amazon has held on to the 5-day moving average for now 3 days in a row. Assuming it loses the 5-day moving average, I want to be a seller on this thing. It kind of looks like look at, like, you see this orange line, right? Like, take a mental snapshot of it. Now look at PLTR. Right? You see how it held this orange line and finally snapped it, right? So Amazon is exactly the same thing. I'm going to watch this Amazon. I am watching AMD in case the market starts pulling in. Guys, look at this range, right? Look at this range. This is now the first close below the 150-day moving average. So I'm definitely watching AMD. I'm definitely watching if Tesla starts losing today's channel. Let's see if we get a move back to the 200-day moving average. Again, there's some really, really good aggressive downside setups tomorrow. The question is the market going to confirm to the downside? I am definitely watching Snow on a continuation of this software cybersecurity meltdown. So again, we're set up, man. We're set up here. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Again, if you are an active trader, guys, and you are interested in pivots, again, folks, come hang out for 30 days. You don't need to be a victim, right? You just don't need to be a victim of buy and hold and buy and pray. As soon as the market gets into a sell interval, all of a sudden everybody grabs their rosary beads. Everybody grabs, everything religious is start praying to God. Oh, God, help me, God, help me, God. Market's not going to help you. The God's not going to help you. You could only help yourself. Guys, have a great night, everybody. God bless. Stay safe. Hopefully this is the last of the blizzard, the kaboom blizzard of 2026. And with God's help, we'll all be seeing each other on the field tomorrow. Take care.